Hey guys, welcome back to Meow Mondays. This week's topic is on coping with overwhelming emotions like grief. Now, I'm not a psychiatrist or a doctor. These are just some life skills that I'm sharing with you if you'd like to try them out and see if they help you out. If you are severely depressed or suicidal, I urge you to seek guidance from a psychologist or a counselor, or call the suicide hotline so that you have somebody to speak to. I'll put that number below in the description. With that said, I'll jump right into this week's topic. Mindfulness is a type of meditation where you focus your attention solely on one thing and become greatly aware of the sensations or thoughts that the thing you are focusing on provokes. Perhaps you just lost a loved one or a meaningful relationship ended. The emotions events like these provoke can be profoundly disabling if you don't have healthy coping mechanisms. Events like these throw us overboard into a sea of sorrow, and if you don't have the capability to swim or a life jacket, this experience can emotionally drown you. So one quick and simple and usually always available life jacket is mindfulness. Now, I urge you, don't mistake simplicity for insufficiency. If you genuinely give these skills a try and practice with an open mind, I think you'll find that this simple skill can be quite effective. It's important not to confuse mindfulness with avoidance. Now I'll move on to some concrete skills. So art can be a classic example of mindfulness if you're not simultaneously listening to music or performing another task. So next time that you feel overwhelmed with emotion, use creativity as a coping mechanism. First, become aware of your breath. Take 3 deep, long breaths. And then focus on your body movement as you set up your space to work. What does the pad of paper feel like in your hands? How heavy is it? What is the texture? Run your fingers across it. Bring your mind back to what an infant would experience and observe every little tiny detail. This will help to kind of disconnect you from these overwhelming emotions that are coming in and the thought processes that lead to those emotions. Kind of brings you back into this moment right here, right now. And that's essentially the definition and the purpose of mindfulness, is to be here right now. So feel your body relax as you sit down to draw. You might feel like you're a little bit blocked, so maybe look at a previous drawing that you did and redraw it. You're not going for perfection here, you're just going for release. So you just sit, and anytime, let's say you're drawing and maybe it's not going the way that you want it to, take a step back from those judgments and resist the temptation to crumple it up and start over. We can't do that with our lives. And so it's important for us to learn to fix things so that we don't feel the need to just throw them away. And I think that's the purpose of growth. So just take this moment when you have a thought in your head, oh, this looks like crap. Just take a moment and bring yourself back to the drawing. And just, see if there's anything that you can do, or move on to an entirely different part of your work and start new there. It's metaphorical for a lot of things in our lives, not just crumpling things up, but learning to fix them and create them into something beautiful. So basically, if you're not around and your art supplies or anything like that, then one simple and always available method to use mindfulness is to sit for a minute and just focus on your breath. Go for a mindful walk. Focus on what the wind feels like as it's hitting your body, what your feet feel like when they're touching the ground. Preferably take your shoes off and walk on some grass. All these things are very helpful and very effective forms of mindfulness. All right, thanks for joining me this week. I hope this video had some helpful information. Just keep in mind, when you first get a physical injury, your initial reaction is not impatient. We're aware that our wounds will take time to heal, our physical wounds. It's the same for your emotional wounds. Be patient with yourself and try to remember to treat yourself as you would a dear friend or a family member. Alright, that's it for this week's video. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I hope you can join me for next week's Meow Monday. Bye!